What's up, everybody? Zero. And I know that it's been a while since I've last did a video. It's been a good few months or so, probably back in like May or so. But I just kind of had my own stuff going on. But today I'm back and I'm going to be reading off assumptions that you guys have about me, and I'm going to tell you whether they're true or not. And I'm also going to be answering questions that you may have for me. So, with all that being said, let's get into it. So this first question says, are you and your boyfriend still together? So honestly, I would prefer to not talk about whether me and my boyfriend are still together or not. It's kind of personal, but it's complicated at the same time, but that's not really something that social media needs to know about. So this one is an assumption, as some would say you need a lot of people in your life. It's actually a very interesting assumption to me. But here's something that, like, a lot of people don't know about me. I've been through a lot of stuff by myself. Like, mental trauma, heartbreak, stuff that's happened to me in my past. I've always been the one to deal with that by myself because I have trust issues with letting people into my life and stuff like that, because every time I let someone in my life and I open up to them about things and like I let them help me get through things that really bother me or something that's really hard to get over, I end up getting hurt at the end of the day. And it's just happened so much to the point where I just got so tired of it and I just started dealing with stuff by myself. Like, for the past few days, I've been having trouble with stuff, and I've been going through that by myself. I've talked to people about it, but I don't let them in to help me, and I'm very closed about my feelings. So needless to say, like, need is a pretty strong word, so I wouldn't really say that I need people in my life, because a lot of the stuff that I've been through, I've got through it by myself. But as far as, my parents, that's pretty much about it. So that's to correct your assumption. So this one says you suck at answering your phone. Honestly, yes, that is very, very true. And like, I actually find that really funny because this has to be from somebody that's on my Snapchat or something, because pretty much on all my social media, I don't really open anybody's messages unless I'm like really close with them. And like, I just think that's kind of funny. But the reason why I suck at answering my phone is because a lot of the time I don't have the mental energy to open everyone's messages, because on Snapchat I get over 100 messages per day, and a lot of the time it's like overwhelming to open so many messages. And so I just leave them there. Plus, I mean, as I said, I don't really have the mental strength to do it, which means, like, a lot of the time, I don't really have the mental strength to talk to anybody, because, like, I don't like to talk to a whole lot of people at once. So, that's that. So this one says you have a lot of guys that hit on you. Honestly, I wish I could say that wasn't true, but unfortunately it is true. Like, I just don't understand why, like, especially on Snapchat, I never really understood why I have so many guys and girls do this too. They hit on me, and like, I just never understood that, because I have low self-esteem. Everybody else may see me differently than I see myself, but I don't think that bright about myself, so like I just never understand why so many people hit on me. I just never got that.
So this one says you're popular.
Okay, so I don't know if like you guys are gonna get this or not, but I'm not popular in real life, but internet wise I am. Like, in real life I don't have a lot of friends, because in real life I like to keep my friend group really small for many reasons. One of those reasons is mainly for drama, because nowadays people are just about drama and stuff like that, and you know, I go through a lot and I just don't really have the time and energy to be dealing with all that. So I just prefer to keep my friend group small. But over the internet, I mean, it's not really as much drama. Like, it's nice to meet like new people that don't even know you. Like, if they're not from the same town as you. I don't know. I just find joy in meeting new people that is not face to face, because it's easier for me as an introvert to talk to people online, because I have social anxiety, so it's really nerve-wracking for me to like talk to people face to face. So it's a lot easier for me to talk to people like through text and like over the internet.
Okay, so this one says you're hella beautiful.
So this kind of goes back to what I said about me having like low self-esteem. No. uh I don't say that. Honestly, I don't. I just like I actually get called this a lot, but I just don't see how I'm beautiful. So I just don't see that.
So this one says how many relationships have you been in?
Interesting question. So, as far as serious relationships, like where the boyfriend or girlfriend has met my parents, I have been in 3 serious relationships, I believe. And the others that weren't so serious, honestly, I've been in a lot of them. I can't really count, because my first boyfriend was like in 5th grade, and honestly, like my relationships didn't get serious until high school. So all the other ones before that really weren't that serious, and honestly, a lot of them I really wouldn't even consider them relationships, because in my opinion, like I would I would want to be with somebody for like 2 weeks or so for it to be called a relationship, but a lot of the relationships that I've been in literally lasted like a few days. So honestly, a lot of those I really wouldn't consider them relationships.
So this one is another assumption, and it says you go in public without wearing a mask.
Honestly, I thought that one was kind of funny, but I actually do wear a mask in public. The only time I don't is when I forget it, and whenever I do forget it, if I want to go in somewhere and it doesn't like require you to wear a mask, I'll go in anyway without wearing a mask. But if it does require you to wear a mask, then no, I just don't go in at all. But 98% of the time I do go out wearing a mask.
So this is a question from someone asking how old are you?
I actually turned 16 in May.
So this is another question from someone asking me why is Panic at the Disco my favorite band?
I've actually been asked that before in the past, but there's actually a story behind it. So, I've listened to Panic at the Disco's music like before in the past, but the first song that I ever listened to by Panic at the Disco was Miss Jackson, and I actually really, really, really like that song. And I listened to it a lot, and then back in the summer of 2018, I was, listening to some music, and I was kind of listening to the same music, and I kind of got tired of it, so, like, I decided to go and, like, find some new music to listen to. And I came across High Hopes on YouTube by Panic at the Disco, and I'm like, well, I've seen Panic at the Disco around, I've listened to their music, so I gave High Hopes a listen. There's Claire in the background. Don't mind her. Okay, anyway, but I checked out High Hopes, and I actually really liked it. And I dig deeper into Panic at the Disco's music, and I liked a lot of their music, actually. And I was listening to them a lot, and I was like, wow. Like, I was really impressed with their music, because I've never liked as much songs in, like, as in, like, a certain band or a certain person as I have Panic at the Disco. And not only was it because of the music, but Brendan Urie himself is actually a really big inspiration to me, because I've watched, like, glimpses of his live streams, and, I just find, like, his words and, like, the things that he talks about, he's just a really big inspiration to me, and I honestly look up to him a lot.
So someone made an assumption about me, assuming since I had red hair, I was a lesbian.
That is very interesting. But first of all, I do not have red hair. I just have red tips. They're kind of washing out, but, like, if you can see, I have red tips. I do not have full red hair. But no, I am not a lesbian. I am actually bisexual.
So someone said, what is your viewpoint on non-binary versus science?
So I don't really talk about this with people, but, this is just my opinion. Feel free to disagree. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but this is just mine. But I'm pretty sure non-binary is, correct me if I'm wrong, is where you don't identify as either a male or a female. And, there's science behind it. You're either a female or you're a male. It's one or the other. But my personal opinion on it is, if you want to be a them, they, go right on ahead, because there's going to be people out there that don't feel like they're actually either. So, if you want to identify as them, they, then, go for it. Do what floats your boat, But if you really think about it, it's not necessarily incorrect or anything, because if you, for an example, if someone you don't know left their jacket or whatever in the classroom, you're going to be like, oh, they left their jacket in the classroom, So you technically use those pronouns on people most of the time, especially if you don't know them. But I feel like you should respect other people's pronouns. Like, if they want to be a them, they, then they should, just, not everyone's going to agree with it, but I feel like you should have at least some respect for them, That's just my opinion on it, though. Feel free to disagree.
So this is actually the last question that we have, which is, what music do you like?
So I've gotten this question a few times, but honestly, I don't listen to the same music that a lot of other people may listen to, because people listen to that rap stuff. But I personally listen to alternative, which that includes Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy, etc. And I also listen to heavy metal. My favorite heavy metal band is I Prevail. If you're interested in listening to heavy metal or something, I highly recommend I Prevail. They are amazing. But the only rap that I really listen to are XXX, Juice WRLD, and Post Malone. Post Malone is my favorite rap artist. But those are literally the only people that I listen to. So I'm kind of into that sad shit. But I also listen to pop, but my two main genres that I listen to are alternative and heavy metal. And sometimes I listen to country. I don't listen to country that much. Same for pop. But I listen to just about any genre of music. But those are really the main ones that I listen to. Well, I actually really enjoy doing this. I thought a lot of these were actually pretty interesting. But everyone had some pretty good assumptions and questions. And I really enjoyed answering them. But I hope you guys did too, and if you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, and if you guys want a part 2, please make sure you comment down below your questions or assumptions, or you can follow me on my social media, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter, which will be in the description below, and make sure you subscribe if you want to see more of me and to become part of the Z Nation, and make sure you turn on the bell to get notified on the next time that I post, because it probably won't be anytime soon. I've actually been meaning to do a video reacting to Appervale's Breaking Down for a few months now. I just never had the mental strength to do it, but I'll try to do that soon. So in my next video, it'll either be that or it'll be a part 2 of this. So, but it just depends on how much questions and stuff that I get, and assumptions and just stuff like that. But anyways, I hope you guys have a terrific day or night, whatever time it is for you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!